I'm just newly elected on the VANDU board. I'm also a VANDU member. It's an acronym for Vancouver Area Network of Drug Users. We're a grassroots drug user organization downtown East Side. Good conservative estimate, probably 1,000 people would go through here a week. Monday to Friday, and on the weekends 4 till 12. One of the reasons we did this is because some of the other places closed down, and we realized a lot of our members were missing things that they need, like washrooms and phones, and just a place to sit down and get out of the weather if they want to. We have groups that we have during the week. Tuesday we have the Tuesday Education Group. We have a women's group on Saturday mornings, a women's grief and loss. We have the BCA POM, which is British Columbia People on Methadone. They meet on Wednesdays. We have a board. Our board probably meets more than any other board in the world. We meet 3 times a month, and a long month 4 times. The only time we don't meet is on Welfare Week, because it's just too chaotic, so we cancel that board meeting. So the rest of the time we have board meetings. So it works out to 40-something board meetings a year, basically. So we're very hands-on. It's a drug user organization, so the drug users have a say in how it's ran. We have non-drug users and people who are sympathetic to us who use our staff. A lot of us who are drug users, over a period of time, we've developed some health problems, or sometimes the addictions get in the way of things that need to be done. So they more or less like give us a little helping hand and help us with the work and stuff like that. And we, more or less try to keep the organization running. So we have liaisons from all those groups come to the board meetings, so the board knows what's going on in each group. The membership basically tells us what to do. Like, we'll come up with ideas and take it to the membership, and then we'll have a vote. We're very, very democratic. Probably more democratic than most Western countries in the world. True democracy we have. So, I mean, we have a needle exchange over here that's ran 7 days a week, 365 days a year, from 4 until 12. It's part of our do harm reduction. So we have, it's manned by 2 volunteers, one from 4 till 8, one from 8 till 12, 365 every day. So people in the area can come in here and get their harm reductions. So we have things like condoms, sterilized water, syringes, 1 cc, half cc's, other syringes, female condoms, females hygiene stuff that they need. We have, I know a lot of people say that we're promoting drug use. I think it's a health issue, harm reduction. These are vitamin C packs, and what we were finding was some people were breaking down rock cocaine and shooting it, and it's I forget, it's an alkaloid, and this is an acid, so it breaks down easier. It's vitamin C, really cheap, and it breaks it down, and it stops problems from developing, like the vein collapse or infections, or things like that really could is very detrimental to people's health because of their drug use. So these are one of the things we give here. We also have these screens. These are like pipe screens. A lot of people use Brillo, but with the Brillo, and what Brillo is the scrubbing thing that you use to scrub. People break that up and put it in the pipes and smoke it on rock, and we've had many members end up in the hospital with pieces of metal in their lungs, it cuts up their lungs. because a lot of people really don't have a good technique for smoking. So we also sell pipes for like $2 each, and they're Pyrex, so they're made to heat up. So these don't break off in pieces. They're I think brass or copper, but they're little screens and they're made to heat up. So we just put a few of them and then we roll it up into a little ball. I don't have a pipe. Oh yeah, can you show me the pipe? Oh, one pipe. And I normally try to get people, a lot of people swear by the Brillo, but we try to get people to get away from the Brillo because this is a lot healthier. I mean, it's drugs, you're going to do drugs, but if you could do it in a healthy way and stay healthy, it's a lot better. So we put it in like this, and sometimes we used to stuff it for people, but they would take it out. But a lot of people now are starting to get into it, and it's a way safer way if you're going to smoke raw cocaine. And you flush it down like that, and then we just push it back, and then they could just put their rock and smoke it, and it goes through here, and this never breaks off and goes in their lungs as the Brillo does. So this is, like again, it's a harm reduction thing. It's saving people harm. And since we started implementing this, I believe it was last year, we've had a lot of people now who are starting to use it, or some people will come in if I'm on or other people are on, we'll show them or we'll do it for them and roll it up and show them exactly how to do it, and it's better. And so people are starting to turn around. We still have our Brillo swears, but a lot of people are coming over to this. It's a much better way to do it. Saving lives, education, harm reduction. We had a thing called the IST, Injection Support Team. It was started about 3 years ago. One of the reasons it was started, and especially for the women, people were hitting up in the laneways. And what was happening was people would switch their syringes on the girls. If they were putting in their jugs or their arm, as soon as they turned their head, the person would switch. And we found there was an increase, especially amongst women, an increased rise in HIV and Hep C, and they weren't getting high or they would outright get robbed. So the IST would go out in the laneways and try to find people and educate them on how to inject themselves without getting anybody to do it, and do it in a way that it's safe and harm reduction. Because if somebody's a heroin addict or they're doing stuff, you can't tell them, oh, bad use, stop. Just say no, it's not going to happen. You don't know what happened in their lives to get them to this point, right? And it basically, an addiction is just a symptom of a deeper problem. We'll go through a few thousand people. We have some people just come through in the daytime, then we have our nighttime crowd, then we have our people who come in day and night, and then we have people who come in for the groups.
This place is
So now that we're open at night, we have a lot more people who are coming in, especially now that we're getting into the colder weather. The hours that we're open, there's really not a lot of places. It's First United, but it's at least here are members, and you have to be a past or present user of illicit drugs. Pot doesn't count, we don't count it. That's a different topic we could get into later, but we do have a membership of over 3,000 or 20, I forget the exact, but it's in the thousands. What we do is a lot of education, just support for people and stuff like that. A lot of times people would come in, myself, I don't care if people know it or if I get arrested, I help doctor people. Because they come in, they can't do it. What happens is they'll start missing their hits and they'll start getting abscess, and like right now there's a lot of people with swollen arms and swollen here because they don't know what they're doing, and because they don't trust anybody else because of what happened in the past. So when I'm doing it, I sit down and I show them step by step how to do it properly, what kind of veins to look for and how to do it. Some people are still kind of squeamish, so they'll come in and just ask me. Other people are, after a few times, I'll get them to do it and tell them exactly how to do it. And I don't mind if they come here and ask for me, and I could take them someplace and I could keep an eye on them. One of the reasons VANDU started was because of the overdose, and people would freak out and not know what to do. And the person could still be alive, but they would dump them someplace else and they would end up dying. So because of the fear of being arrested and being charged, I feel very strongly about harm reduction and education and saving people's lives, and if they want to throw me in jail for doing that, so be it. I'll get out and I'll do it again. Hopefully I'll save somebody's life. I think that's more important than enforcing a law that basically marginalizes and is killing people.